12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water. Unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News. 97.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Prime News. We're broadcasting live from our studios at Adabraka here in Accra. Coming up.
Then it is the third time you are coming here because the place is crowded. We said we'll come early in the morning tomorrow.
Still the same.
Parents of yet-to-be-placed BEC graduates raced to the National Placement Center to get their issues resolved ahead of October 18 reporting date for first-year SHS students. Also in the bulletin, Health Minister assures imminent payments of salary arrears owed some nurses, midwives and doctors following Ministry of Finance clearance.
We have constituted a committee to investigate the matter within a week. The law takes its own course.
Still on the Citi Prime News, President Mahama directs extension of government subvention for dialysis treatment to private health facilities.
What we have realized is that there are people who also go to the private facilities. And so, His Excellency the President has directed us to give that which is paid to the public facilities. So, for example, if you go to private facility A, and they are charging you 1,000 Ghana cedis, the government will pay the 500 Ghana cedis and you top up.
And later on the Citi Prime News, police arrest 10 suspects for allegedly creating fake online food delivery platforms to defraud unsuspecting customers.
The operation followed sustained intelligence gathering, which led to the arrest of 3 males and 3 females suspected to be behind the fraudulent scheme.
All that and more coming up on the Citi Prime News, which is also live around the world on citinewsroom.com. Here in the country, we're also live on our partner stations. In the Western region, we're on Premier 100.5 FM, Sky Power 93.5 FM, and Beach 105.5 FM, all in Takoradi. In the Bono region, we're on Greener 95.9 FM in Sinai. In the Ashanti region, we're on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Holy 98.5 FM in Aflao.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
I'm Charles Osukumi, grateful to you for your time this afternoon. Let's get into the details of the bulletin. And parents and students have gathered at the NAT Hall, the National School Placement Resolution Center, set up to address senior high school placement issues. The number of people at the center has increased as this is the final week before first-year students report to school on October 18. Now, some parents who spoke to Citi News say they have been visiting the center since the first week of the exercise and only got their issues resolved today, while others are still waiting to be attended to.
It was really hectic. I come in here weeks after weeks, and nothing is getting resolved. But I just realized that the moment you are able to get your issues to them, it doesn't even take a minute to be resolved.
What was your issue?
My issue was changing of schools. Yeah, so I was able to change the school back to the preferred choice.
Okay. But what school was it and why did you want to change?
She was placed in Upper West as a day school. And that one, she's in Accra. Going to a day school in Upper West, it's quite hectic. We can't take her daily, every day to that place. So we needed to change it to a boarding school in one of the schools around.
Okay. And where was that?
She was taken to a Bree Presby.
And that's something you're
I brought the school, so I'm so grateful for that. And I'm excited.
Where I got a school, all right, but where they placed me, it was somewhere around Tema, Katamanso, while I live in First Light, Kanish. So I wanted to change the school, but when I came the first day, they asked us to give us the school. Then we gave them the school, right? They asked us to go next week, Friday. We come back. Yeah, then we went. We came back today. Told us to go again. The Friday we will come back again. Then this is the third time we are coming here because the place is crowded. Said we'll come early in the morning tomorrow.
Okay. If you are talking about early in the morning, how early in the morning?
Around 3 or 4 a.m.
Okay.
We will resume school around 18th. I think that's next week, 18th October next week.
You heard some parents and students speaking to Citi News from the NAT Hall, which is the National School Placement Resolution Center. My colleague Shiba Arba Benin is currently stationed at the center and joins us via telephone. Thank you very much, Shiba. So in the first few days of this exercise, we recorded very high numbers of parents thronging the NAT Hall, and then the numbers reduced a bit. We are being told that in the last week, before students report to school, the numbers have increased again. Tell us about the situation there at the NAT Hall and how smooth has the process been?
So I'm currently here at the NAT Hall, a school resolution placement center, and there are about hundreds of parents here currently.
Hello, Shiba. If you could just kindly reposition yourself, we're finding it difficult hearing you.
Hello, Charles. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. If you can hear me, I'm saying I'm currently here at of parents. Numbers, as you said, increase.
Well, looks like we're having some difficulties hearing my colleague Shiba Araba Benin. She's currently stationed at the NAT Hall for the National School Placement Resolution Center. We're told that quite a number of parents are currently at the hall trying to get their issues resolved, as this represents the final week before first-year students report to school on October 18. Now let's stay with that. The Ministry of Education says it is working to resolve all concerns of BEC candidates over their SHS placements before school reopens on October 18. Now speaking to Citi News, Media Relations Officer for the Ministry, Hashim Mohammed, says they are working swiftly to address all outstanding issues before students report to their various schools.
Let me reassure the general public that all the issues that they have brought to our attention to the resolution center, we are going to attend to them. However, we are unable to change the schools for now because the reopening date for the school is just here, and those ones are going to be very, very difficult for us. We are very confident that we will address all the genuine concerns before the reopening date of school on the 18th. That will be sometime this week.
Now, Hashim adds that those who alleged bribery in the placement process have been contacted, but none have provided evidence to support their claims.
The people who have raised those concerns have not come to us. We rather took the initiative to look out for them and then go to them so that they can provide us with preliminary lead or evidence for us to open investigations into the issues. Unfortunately, anytime we do contact them or we go to them with our investigation team, they are unwilling to open up and then give information. And that has been the frustration we've been going through. So for us, we feel maybe it may be part of a broader misinformation that some people are peddling in the social media. Yes, we are not dismissing it outright, but we are very concerned about the issue about allegations of bribery with regards to the BEC placement. And once it is a concern for the general public, equally we should have, and we cannot do anything if maybe the people raising the allegation are not willing to collaborate with us for us to get information and investigate to get the culprits and deal with them appropriately.
Voice of the Media Relations Officer of the Ministry of Education, Hashmin Mohammed. Away from education to health, the Minister for the sector, Kwabna Minta Akando, says government will begin paying salary arrears owed some nurses, midwives and junior doctors from November. Now, this follows weeks of protest by the affected health workers who have been demanding salaries owed them from between 10 and 13 months. Addressing the press, the minister explains that the ministry has received cabinet approval and clearance from the Ministry of Finance to process the payment.
We also have a country to govern. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak to you now, that about 6,500, that will add up to the 7,000 already being paid, making 13,500. That allowance, that's over 6,000. Cabinet has approved that with immediate effect, starting from November, the Minister for Finance must pay them. And I have in my hand the letter to that effect. And so these were the difficulties. I empathize with anybody who had to go through this painful situation. But it is important for Ghanaians to be taken along.
You heard the Health Minister Kwabena Minta Akando. Now reacting to this announcement, convener for the Coalition of Unpaid Nurses and Midwives, Stephen Kwadwo Techia, expressed satisfaction with the government's decision.
We are really happy and excited for the swift response from the ministry, and we would say we are happy with the response, and we are hoping to start receiving our salaries from November. So we thank the ministry for the response to our plea. And with regards to our arrears, the minister made it known that the plan for payment is going to be made clear to us as time progresses. That's where we are a bit skeptical, but we have confidence in the ministry that the plans they will lay for the arrears to be paid is something that will be in our favor. So in all, we would say we are happy with the response from the ministry. Oh, for the relief, it means a lot to us, and we are going to be relieved of a lot of burdens, because even taking the physical, financial constraint, the emotional and psychological burden was too much. And now that we have this assurance from the ministry, with just a month interval, I think we are relieved of a lot of stress, and now we can confidently and happily go to work.
That was the convener for the Coalition of Unpaid Nurses and Midwives, Stephen Kwadwo Techia. Still on health, President John Dramani Mahama has directed that government subvention for dialysis treatments be extended to private health facilities. The announcement was made by the Health Minister Kwabena Minta Akando at the inauguration of a 13-member governing board for the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, also known as Mahama Cares, a flagship initiative established to provide financial support for the treatment of chronic, non-communicable diseases. In his remarks, the minister also appealed to corporate organizations and private individuals to contribute to the fund.
So the current arrangement for payment of dialysis is that if you go to public health facilities, we have a maximum amount of money we pay per session. That's around 499 cents, about 500 Ghana cedis. What we have realized is that there are people who also go to the private facilities. And so His Excellency the President has directed us to give that which is paid to the public facilities. So for example, if you go to private facility A and they are charging you 1,000 Ghana cedis, the government will pay the 500 Ghana cedis and you top up. To be fair to everybody. So the CEO for National Health Insurance has been directed accordingly to take up that challenge. And finally, to also add my voice to the appeal the chairman made to corporate Ghana. We can not do all alone. It is the partnership between government and then the corporate Ghana that will take us far.
That was the Health Minister Kwabena Minta Akando. Now, in his address, Chairperson of the board, Tony Letha, says the board would work diligently to put in place structures and interventions to ensure the sustainability of the fund.
We believe the Establishment Act provides mechanism for dealing with those problems. I believe also that the members of the board do understand the challenges ahead. They've been carefully chosen. This Board of Trustees hopes that at the end of its tenure in office, we would have established the enduring structures, programs, protocols, and interventions which are required and necessary to fully realize the full potential of this groundbreaking primary healthcare program. However, as a board, this is virgin space. We recognize and appreciate that it will not always be a perfect picture.
You heard legal practitioner and chairperson for the Ghana Medical Trust Fund Governing Board, Tony Letha, speaking at the inauguration of the board. Now, District Chief Executive of Akyemamponua, Ishaq Ibrahim, has directed the Municipal Engineer, Director and Technical Team to assess the feasibility of constructing a clinic for residents of Ataso in consultation with local chiefs and community leaders. This directive follows a Citi News report that highlighted the plight of residents who travel long and difficult distances to access basic health care, often putting lives at risk during emergencies. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily Show, the DC urged residents to temporarily rely on nearby community clinics as plans are made to address their healthcare needs.
The issue is, I'm aware the community is trying to put up their own clinic. The chief and the people have met me. We encourage them. So I've tasked my engineer and my director and co to liaise with them so that we can assess the situation very well and see how best we can live with them and get their own clinic. Now, every clinic must have a standard of Ghana Health Service. So we want to live with them, so we pump in other material they may be lacking, so that together we can have their own clinic. But with time being, they're not having a clinic. They should they should use the other clinic around, so that while we work around to alleviate their situation.
That was the District Chief Executive for Akyemamponua, Ishaq Ibrahim. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting live from our studio here in Adabraka, in Accra. Around the world, you can listen to us on citynewsroom.com, and here in the country, on our affiliates in the northern region, we're on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East region, we're live on Word 88.3 FM in Zwarungu, and Mike 105.3 FM in Navrongo, and in the Upper West region, we're on Bugli Radio 88.6 FM in Wa. Still ahead in the bulletin, police arrest 10 suspects for allegedly creating fake online food delivery platforms to defraud unsuspecting customers. Stay with us, we'll be back shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck, or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you, or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number, or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number, or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This October, Northern Ghana takes center stage. Get ready for the Northern Business Fair 2025, the ultimate one-stop shop for everything made in Ghana in the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From hand-woven smokes and intricate crafts to modern manufacturing, innovative packaging of made-in-Ghana products, and thriving homegrown businesses, it's a vibrant celebration of talent, innovation, and authenticity. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, it's the biggest trade fair showcasing Kenyan SMEs, startups, research bodies, and indigenous brands making waves across the nation. It's happening on Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th of October 2025. 2025 at the Tamale Sports Stadium. The time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Want to exhibit? Call 0205-973-973 today and book your space. Don't just hear about it, see it, experience it, and live it. The Northern Business Fair, your market, your connections, your growth. The Northern Business Fair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Side Hustle, the Ghana Enterprises Agency, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Welcome back. This is the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. Now, the Ghana Police Service, through the Cybercrime Unit of the Criminal Investigations Department, has arrested 10 suspects for allegedly creating fake online food delivery platforms to defraud unsuspecting customers. The initial 6 suspects, identified as Wanda Sakwiti, Sedinam Amagulu, Godsway Dunyo, Angela Agbelemekpe, Matthew Aheto, and Fafali Amwa were arrested during a targeted operation conducted on October 1, 2025 at Sogakope. This was contained in a police statement released today. Now, here are excerpts of that statement read by my colleague Kennedy Chumesi.
The operation followed sustained intelligence gathering, which led to the arrest of 3 males and 3 females suspected to be behind the fraudulent scheme. Investigations revealed that the suspects had created fake websites and social media pages impersonating well-known food brands such as Papaya, Pizzaman, KFC, and Mawako. Victims who placed orders through these fake platforms were directed to make advance payments via mobile money, after which they never received the food they ordered. Further investigations indicated that, in some cases, the suspects gained unauthorized access to victims' mobile money wallets and bank accounts under the guise of assisting them with payments and subsequently withdrew funds. Digital devices believed to have been used in the fraudulent activities were retrieved and are undergoing forensic examination. Subsequent investigations led to the arrest of the main suspect on 12 October 2025 and 3 others from their hideout at Hacho in Accra.
You heard excerpts of a police statement on the arrest of some suspects over the alleged creation of fake online food delivery platforms to defraud unsuspecting customers. And it was read by my colleague Kennedy Chumesi. Still on crime, the Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson has urged the police to swiftly arrest those behind the recent chieftaincy clashes between Asemko and Butre, which resulted in the beheading of 1 person and the burning of more than 80% of houses in Asemko in the Hunter West municipality. During a visit to Asemko to help calm tensions following Monday's deadly violence, the minister condemned the incident, stressing that such disturbances have no place in the region. He called on security agencies to maintain order and charged the police to promptly apprehend the perpetrators to prevent further attacks.
It's criminal. Anybody who wants to take the laws into their own hands to exact what they think is their right to whatever. And so all the houses burnt here, as you all know, it's a reprisal attack for the attack on the chief. And these persons who attacked the chief and all those who are involved in this act of illegality, this criminal act, will have to be pursued. And I know the police is pursuing them. We are going to follow through to such time that we are able to apprehend them, to send a strong signal to all those who are sitting on the sidelines preparing to do similar things in future. What is happening now is most disturbing. We have the Ahanta Traditional Council that is supposed to be active, be dealing with such issues. Unfortunately, the truth of the matter is that it's not in the best of shapes.
That was the Western Regional Minister, Joseph Nelson. Away from crime, President John Dramani Mahama says Ghana is committed to promoting gender equality and empowering women to secure the nation's future. He notes that his government has taken deliberate steps to integrate gender issues into national policies and development plans. Now, speaking at the Global Leaders Meeting on Women in Beijing, China, President Mahama says Ghana continues to make progress in creating equal opportunities for both men and women, citing the appointment of women to key positions in his administration.
My country, Ghana, remains steadfast in its pursuit of gender equality and the empowerment of our women. Under my leadership and in my capacity as the African Union champion for gender and women's empowerment, the government of Ghana has continued to take decisive steps to mainstream gender across our national development policies. We've achieved historic milestones, including the election of Ghana's first female vice president and the unprecedented appointment of women to leadership positions in government, the judiciary, the security services, and key national institutions. These are not just symbolic gestures, they are deliberate affirmation that women deserve a seat at the table of the highest levels of decision-making. And I am confident that in the very near future, our women will break the glass ceiling and there will be a woman President of the Republic of Ghana.
Now, the president also highlights Ghana's progress in implementing key initiatives, including the nationwide distribution of free sanitary pads to schoolgirls, free tertiary education for persons with disabilities, particularly women, and the launch of the Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund.
We've achieved gender parity in school enrollment. Girls are going to school and staying in school. Our commitment is further demonstrated by the robust institutional reforms and legal frameworks that are designed to protect the rights of our women and girls. We've strengthened critical agencies, including the Ministry of Gender, Children, and Social Protection, the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit of the Ghana Police Service, the Domestic Violence Secretariat, and the Specialized Domestic Violence Courts. Sustained budgetary allocations have improved their capacity to deliver justice, protection, and social support to survivors of gender-based violence. We've also expanded many social intervention programs that directly benefit women and girls. And among these are the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program.
President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. Now to some news on the economy. Chief Executive Officer of Delex Finance, Joe Jackson, has urged private and public sectors to support the government's economic recovery measures. The International Monetary Fund has commended the country's economic recovery trajectory, with indicators showing restored investor confidence, stabilized inflation, and eased exchange rate pressures. However, some Ghanaians have expressed concerns about the impact of fiscal tightening and are calling on the government to increase spending to ease economic pressures. Joe Jackson cautions that the economy is not yet out of the woods, warning that yielding to spending pressures could reverse the gains made.
This economy, for lack of a better word, was in a coma. It was in intensive care. It's been brought out to the world. It is looking much healthier. We are recovering, but we are not out of the woods yet. And it is like the moment you are broke, so broke, you are in danger of going to debtor's jail, and then all of a sudden things start to pick up, and people want you to start spending again. That can't be right. We have not consolidated the gains we made yet. And so in this instance, fiscal prudence means not spending and acting hard, not spending and having the public lash out against you. But I have to agree with the finance minister and say that instead of being hard on him, we should appreciate the pressures that he's under and appreciate the fact that he's able to stand up against those pressures and still not spend.
That was the Chief Executive Officer of Delex Finance, Joe Jackson. And finally, before we go, 8 people are receiving treatment after an overloaded boat capsized on the Volta Lake over the weekend. 15 others, including 11 children, lost their lives in the tragic incident near Kitikrachi on Saturday. The victims were reportedly traveling to a funeral in a nearby community. Speaking to Citi News, the Municipal Chief Executive for Krachi West, Prosper Ado, says measures are being taken to improve safety for all who traveled on the Volta Lake.
The casualties were reported. We have 3 that have been deposited at Krachi Government Hospital, and the rest About 9 or so have also been deposited at a Raura government hospital mortuary. The rest actually survived.
How many people are receiving treatment? How many people survived?
For now, those who are receiving treatment, we have 4 of them, 4 adults and 4 children. We have a CHIPS compound in one of the communities it is supposed to take. We are also going to enforce the law of no life jackets, no traveling on the lake.
There was the Municipal Chief Executive for Kratchi West, Prosper Ado, ending this edition of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka here in Accra. For more news, log on to our website, citynewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Many thanks to you for listening.